Hi folks, how are you? I wanted to take some time to talk about 2014. It's coming to a close, and this year has brought about a lot of changes personally for me, and a lot of changes in the world as I see it. Um, First of all, I have recently got this little implementation to help me to see better, probably because I've done so much reading in the last year or so. Not purposeful or with intent for entertainment or education in the traditional sense where I'm trying to earn a degree or something like that. All of this education has come about based on a paradigm shift. So that's the topic, the new paradigm, 2014. I guess what began this paradigm shift for me personally was Benghazi. When Benghazi occurred, it was pretty clear to me that there was a cover up, that there was some kind of hidden agenda that the administration didn't want the people to know about. And through a lot of research and reading, I've discovered that there are probably, my conclusion is that arms were being shipped over to Syria through this civil war that's been ongoing now, that's killed nearly 200,000 people. And then ISIS comes into play, and they start beheading people and persecuting Christians, basically anybody that just doesn't fall in line with their philosophy. And a lot of this occurred was developed on behalf of operatives within our own government. And how do I conclude this? There's a lot of information. Obviously, you have to do your own homework. But we were funneling arms, RPGs, through Benghazi. And then a cover-up ensued, and delays and stonewalling occurred where all the facts were not made clear to the media, and the media didn't pursue it. So part of 2014 is Cheryl Adkisson's book, Stonewalled, which basically details how her own personal computer was hacked, how FOIA requests were ignored, and she was stonewalled. She was not able to find out the information that would have brought to light events in Benghazi and Fast and Furious, and so on. So what I'm trying to say here is even the popular conservative media, Fox News, did not pursue these to the extreme that is required for there to be action. And what I mean by that is really holding the feet of the Republicans to the fire to bring about investigations and prosecute. There's been no criminal prosecution of anything that happened in Benghazi or Fast and Furious. Of course, the Department of Justice is ran by Eric Holder, which doesn't help. But the bottom line is this is criminal acts that have taken place. And the new paradigm that I've come, that's obvious to me now, is that they don't prosecute. They don't care to prosecute. They have a yin and a yang. The left is in power, and the right is the agitator. The right is in power, and the left is the agitator. Always keeping the people up in arms against the other party. So the two-party system is the problem. The Republicans haven't prosecuted anything. They don't care to. They're part of this whole paradigm that says, we're just going to agitate each other and keep the people pacified so they won't find out what's really going on. Who really pulls the strings? How the power structure really works. That's the new paradigm. And when I discovered what was going on, it became really, really painfully obvious to me why they don't get prosecuted, why there's not an impeachment process, why all the lies are allowed to permeate the society without the society truly, getting it. They would just as soon wait until the next administration comes in and then everything will be okay. Everything's going to be fine as soon as the Republicans get elected into Senate and have the majority. Everything will be fine when Obama is done with his last 2 years. Everything is going to be okay. Well, no, it's not. These events that have occurred are outrageous. This stomping and trampling of the U.S. Constitution doesn't really seem to matter to a lot of people. Why? Because their lives are compartmentalized. You can tune out everything. It's not that hard. You have your own apps on your phone, your own little music. You know, you go to your job. You can confine yourself in a world with no information or total disinformation. So if you're watching the mainstream media, you're in a world of misinformation, disinformation, purposefully designed to keep you at odds with your neighbor, with people of the other race, with people of another religion, with people of another gender, with people of another sexual proclivity. Okay, I'm a Christian man, but I can't hold all these other people in this realm of they're the enemy. I mean, that's what Christianity is. Treat others as you want to be treated. So for me to always be played as a pawn in this game of yin and yang and good versus evil and right versus left and all that, I'm not buying it anymore. I did buy it. I was hook, line, and sinker conservative Republican. I'm going to vote the party ticket. Well, this last year, I called my Republican congressman, and I said, after the election, I said, guess what? I did not vote for you. I voted for you 14 consecutive terms, but not this year. Because you've not done your duty and impeached and removed from office a tyrannical leader. I don't care if he was Republican or Democrat. It wouldn't matter. The guy is out of control. He's a tyrannical, unconstitutional leader. He needs to be removed. We don't even know where he came from. Everything's sealed. All his birth records, his education records. Who knows who this guy is? So basically, the paradigm in my world has shifted because now we have alternative media. We have a great deal of sources that we can find on the internet to do our own homework if we so choose. But the problem is there's very few of us. Very few of us take the time to do the research that is required to find out what's really going on and who the power players are. You know, I knew some about the Federal Reserve, but I can tell you I know a lot more this year. I knew a little bit about David Rockefeller and, you know, the bank bailout. Man, my eyes are open. The top 0.00001% are basically playing puppet masters with the Democrats, the Republican, the Labor Party, I forget the opposition, sorry. Mainly in America, I know those, oppositional forces. The Muslims, the Christians. Now, is Islamic extremism a terrifying, terrible, terroristic force? Yeah, it really is. These people are crazy. These imams, whether or not they are funded or pushed by the CIA to create these conflicts, is ISIS supported by the CIA? I'm not convinced of it. I do think that there is a good reason why these 0.001% would want these terrorists to act, because they profit. They profit from war. They profit from disease. Most of the people that work for Big Pharma or Big Ag, they're good people. They go to work. They're sales reps, or they're specialists in their field of research and development, or, they push a tractor, They're not bad people. But the people behind them, the CEOs of these major corporations, Monsanto, ConAgra, you know, the pharmaceuticals. These people have an agenda to keep you sick and to keep you dependent on their food crops because they're so cheap. So you go to the grocery store, what do you see? A bunch of genetically modified food, a bunch of processed food that does what? Gives you diabetes, keeps you sick. It's an endless game. It's a circus. And you're out there as a clown, just going through your life in your own little compartmentalized world, happy as a lark, getting sick.